Hey everyone, this is Job here with another video of some of the kingdoms that Storm King could conquer. Since Storm King had conquered many kingdoms in the past, if he had successfully conquered Equestria, there's only another place that I can consider that he would put his eye on, and that would be the Crystal Empire. If Storm King had made a successful taking over of the Equestria, and had been informed about the existence of the Crystal Empire possessing of incredible strong magic, which included the Crystal Heart. He would have put a lot of efforts to taking over the Empire. But after being taken the magic from both Celestia, Luna, and Cadence back in Candlenot, Shining Armor, Cadence's husband, would have put a lot of efforts to defend the Empire from the Storm King. Shining Armor would have put up a strong defense barrier around the city in order to protect it. But not only that, he would also have informed the entire Royal Guard to put their high alert of this new enemy that threatened the Empire. But he also would have made sure that some of the guard, or at least some pony, is taking Flurry Heart away from the Empire in a fear that if the Storm King became aware of a baby alicorn, he would do anything to take her magic as well, and with something Shining Armor would not been keen to happen to. He would do anything to protect his daughter's life, including sending her away from the Empire. And if so, but knowing that the defense barrier around the city is quite strong, and since Shining Armor is quite skilled in magic, with including in with defense barriers, but since Storm King is possessed both Luna, Celestia, and Cadence magic, since their individual are possessing a strong magic, but all put together, it is a very unbelievable strong magic. So even though he would have been easy to put a hole through this defense barrier that Shining Armor put up. But even so, Cadence's husband Shining Armor would not leave the city undefended against anything. He would do anything to protect it. Even so, if so, if Storm King had put the focus on taking over the Crystal Empire first before taking over the Candle, he may have put out that he would have been taking the entire empire and Shining Armor with surprise, and more likely had been easily taken over it. And therefrom, he would have easily been stealing the magic from the both the Crystal Heart, and that would have made him more stronger and more incredible, more threat when he would focus his direction towards the Cantonot, have been informed that the rest of the Alicorns are there, including Celestia, Cadence, Shining Armor, and Luna. So with that, he would have taken over the Crystal Empire first. If he had done that, he would have taken the entire Empire City without surprise. That meant that would meant he would have taken them over the entire city without much resistance and much the big surprise. And now that the military or the royal guards wouldn't have been prepared for anything like it. They were all taken by quite surprise, which had also meant that Shining Armor's own magic would have been stolen by Storm King. But that also would have meant Flurry Heart's magic would have been taken as well. But even if so, but since he focused on Cantlot first, even so, he wouldn't have much problem taking over the Empire if he had all the other magic from the Luna, Celestia, and Cadence. But it's still a lot of unknown factors if he could even have penetrated the barrier around the city if, along with the magic from the sisters and Cadence in his staff. Even there is so many factors we don't know exactly. But since the Crystal Heart is incredibly strong, but we don't even know exactly how powerful it is. And who knows, it might even be strong enough to defend against the barriers to improve the barrier along with the Shining Armor spell. So if the heart is improving the barrier, so along with the Cadence, Shining Luna, and Celestia's magic in Storm King's staff, maybe then he wouldn't been able to penetrate the barrier at all. So, and even if his attempts to conquer the Empire may not even work at all, then. But there's so many unknown factors we don't know. But anyways, could Storm King even be taking over the Empire? Well, it might be a possibility, but at the same time, there's many unknown factors. But I would say, is it a possibility that he could? But since he was lost at Canterlot, so those efforts may not have been happening. So, and even if the kid that Cadence, Luna, and Celestia's magic have been stolen, and that he may have still maybe have been able to take over the Empire, but there's another factor that may have been involved. If he had managed to stolen the magic, he probably wouldn't have even focused on the Crystal Empire at all. He may have to conquer it, he had focused on to go to another kingdom, maybe not have just ignored the Empire. But since he always wanted to possess a more magical powers, so I don't think that he would ignore the Empire that much at all, though. So even have been successful taking over the Empire from Canterlot, he may have been informed by Tempest Shadow about the existence of the Crystal Empire, since it's possessed by the strong magic. But he still don't know if he had even been able to take it over, if the barrier that Shining Armor would have put up, and if the Crystal Heart would improve the shield even stronger enough to prevent any further attempt of taking over the Empire. Like I said, there's some unknown many factors that we haven't even could be included with. So, in my opinion, it's a small chance that he could take it over, but like I said, there is unknown factors. That it's possible that the Crystal Heart could improve Shining Armor's defense barrier spell with enough to just prevent from the magic from the Crystal Hearts to be taken over, or at least the Crystal Empire from Storm King's magic. Anyways, if anyone has their own opinion or thoughts about this, let me know in the comment section below. This is Switch Diablo, over and out.